Hey, I'm Brandon with RevZilla, and today we are taking a closer look at the SIDI Atojo SRS boots available, you know where, RevZilla.com. So the Atojo, that is actually an acronym for their pro-level athletes, and then the SRS system is simply the SIDI replacement sole on these particular boots. So as these begin to wear out, you can actually replace them as you need to do so. Always a nice system to have. But why did SIDI come out with these? These are going to be more lightweight in comparison to, the Crossfires, which are their, most top tier premium level boots. And I still think these are definitely top tier, very much premium level, but they're going to be a little bit more comfortable in comparison to the SIDI Crossfires. You've got less bits and pieces that are replaceable on these boots, but I think they're a great alternative option. I think they're about $50 less in comparison to the Crossfires, which are that upper level premium style boot. And actually, speaking of the Crossfires, I'm going to go ahead and pull these up real quick just to give you a comparison. As you can see, there's just less bits and pieces that are replaceable, such as this. There's some replacement parts on the medial side of these particular boots. The sole is still replaceable, but they're a little bit stiffer in comparison to this new Atojo version that I have here. But I just wanted to give you a quick look at the Crossfires, that premium level, and why you would probably go with something like this versus the Crossfire. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details, I did want to take a second and talk about the overall fit. Now, I typically wear a size 10.5 to a size 11 in most of my riding boots, and I'm fitting comfortably in a 10.5 with these particular boots, or the equivalent to a size 44. Now, one note I wanted to make about these particular boots for you is that the heel is a little bit more unique than some of the other brands that I have utilized. It hugs the heel very well, and that's pretty much across the board with the SIDI dirt boots. They hug the heel very nicely and keep it in place. Some people, if you've got wider footbed or wider heels or something like that, it is something to keep in mind. It is going to feel very snug in that particular area. It does break in, it does relax a little bit, become more form-fitting for your particular foot, but it is something you're going to notice right away when you throw on a pair of SIDI boots if you haven't done so already. But I will certainly say that these run true to what the sizing chart is going to recommend. So if you're normally a 10.5, go with the size 44 and you should be all set. Now keep in mind, these boots will ship to you for free, and as always, we do have our price match policy in place. That of course is going to guarantee you the lowest price available. Now we've got a combination of hard TPU, and then we've got synthetic leather, of course, with these particular boots. There is an excellent amount of abrasion resistance as well as impact protection provided with these particular boots. And I do want to turn these up and take a quick look at the sole. Again, SRS means that this sole is replaceable. You can see the screws on the bottom there, so if this is wearing out, you can always replace that, and it tends to do so. Riding in that dirt application, whether it's MX or ADV, you typically wear through your soles pretty quickly. So that is replaceable, always nice to have that. The other thing these boots are going to have is a dual hinge system on both sides. So you're going to get that on the lateral as well as the medial side there, just to give it a little bit more ease of movement without sacrificing that torsional and lateral protection that you're often going to need for that riding application, riding out in the dirt, ADV, motocross, etc. Now we've got 3 buckles here. It is going to be metal into a plastic buckle. These are easily adjustable. As you can see here, you just kind of pull this tab up. They do a really good job of making that very seamless, very easy to manipulate. Once you get it in the right setting, you just simply click it back down into place and close it right up, and you're good to go. You got 3 of those buckles, and then we've got a Velcro main entry. Let's talk about that. Might as well go ahead and open these bad boys up. You can see that gator towards the top, and just a simple 3D mesh lining on the inside of these boots. That's just designed to help circulate some airflow. Obviously very important, especially when you're riding in the dirt application. You're generating a ton of heat, so any additional breathability you can get is going to be beneficial. Now you're also going to see part of the buckle here. I'm going to turn that down. You can see part of the buckle on the inside of the boot. I was a little concerned that that might be irritating over time or very uncomfortable. However, when the boot is actually closed up, that buckle is pretty much hidden away nicely, so that's not something I think you need to be too concerned about. I was at first, but it wasn't a problem at all. Now at the back of the boot, you're also going to find a little bit of a slider system, and this actually helps with hyperflexion and then hyperextension with the front as well. You can see this blade going down towards the front, and that just helps with that movement, so you're not overextending, you know, either forward or backwards, just giving you additional protection here with these particular boots. The other thing I wanted to mention, let's move over to the medial side, is this grip pattern here. This is a TPR. It's kind of feels very rubberized, and it gives you excellent grip in this particular area with the bike. This is always nice to have, something I utilize quite a bit, especially when I'm riding at the motocross track. This does grip the bike very, very well. And this is an area that's prone to wear, and this is a very tough material that is definitely designed to last. And you can see you've got replacement parts on these particular boots as well, but it's not going to be as many as what you're going to find with the Crossfire. So if you're wearing out areas like this, you know, you can replace it on these particular boots. There's a few of those little areas that you're going to find with the Atojo boots here. But I think they're an excellent combination of, you know, comfort. You've got good movement here, but it doesn't feel overly restrictive or anything like that. So good flexibility, good tactile feel, and they, again, are going to be lighter in comparison to the Crossfires. And I think if you're looking to save about 50 bucks, you know, and want a little bit more movement, a little bit more comfortable, these might be a better option for you to take a closer look at. But of course, if you're looking for more details, you can click that info button. That will take you over to RevZilla.com, where you can read other rider reviews. And as always, if you have any questions about these boots or any other gear you might be looking at, please don't hesitate to reach out to our gear geeks. They're all riders, happy to help you out. Give them a call at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with us and taking a closer look at the SIDI Atojo SRS boots. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.